Hey guys,
Hi,
how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful, nice to see you.
How have you been during lockdown?
Lockdown has now been so long that it's all multifaceted, right? It's like there's many phases of lockdown. I would say overwhelmingly, it's been an okay experience, and on a personal day-to-day level, it's been nice to spend time with my sister and my girlfriend and my dog. Overwhelming, it's been a very interesting period of life. I've been lucky to be with my family, who I love.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And what's one thing you wish would not sort of go back to normal?
I really like that question. Well, I guess on a personal level, like I love, like I've just been really lucky and gotten to spend like a lot of time at my home and walking around the neighborhood and walking up into the hills of Griffith Park in LA. Sometimes we tour a lot. We go through periods where we're away for months at a time, and that's really fun too. But I'll definitely I think that's the thing I'll miss when everything picks back up.
But you're a very productive guy, I must say, right?
I try.
I was just reading up about how you made your EP Blood Harmony while on the road tour with Billie. That is so crazy. So tell me the story. You play a show, go back to your hotel, you go back to your tour bus, wherever you're staying, and you start recording material for your EP.
Yeah, well, there's oftentimes during the day, like when you go to play a show, like you wake up in the morning and you are usually like in your tour bus, you're at the venue you're going to play. And so you wake up, you try to have some breakfast on the bus. Maybe I'd make myself like a sandwich or some toast. And then you go inside and you sound check. And then there's like usually like 5 hours between the sound check and the show. Sometimes less, but usually like many hours. And so there's many hours where like if I weren't working, I'd be like sitting backstage. And Billie plays these really big venues now, and so they're usually like in arenas, which means they're not like right downtown in whatever city that we're in. They're like wherever your arena is, which is usually kind of far away. And so I would just sit there and work on, I'd either write songs or I'd record them, and then we'd go play a show. And then after the show, I would like shower right away and then just get right back to it and like work until I fell asleep. So it was like in the middle of the day, I'd be in the venue working, and then every night, like really late at night, I'd be on the bus, like in like the bus lounge, like sloshing back and forth because we'd be on like a windy road, and I'd be working.
How do you get into the hit space to, switch from playing in this massive arena live show to writing this record, which sounds really intimate? Do you have to do anything do you have a ritual sort of like get in the zone?
That's a great question. I think mainly when you play a lot of shows, you just get really used to it and comfortable. So when I made this EP on the road, we'd been playing a lot of shows already all year. And so I think it was very easy for me to like switch into like the show mode and try to put on a really good show with Billie. I think my default of like where I really was every day was like kind of more of like who I am, in the recorded EP that I made. That was kind of my like standard. It was like where I was every day. And then for the hour a day I'm like on stage, I'm like it's sort of a different version of myself. When I'm on stage with Billie, I really want to just make sure that she feels supported and that she has like, if I'm not like focused, if I'm not playing my parts well, like her show, like she'll be busy thinking like, what is he doing? Like, why is he messing up so much? So I try to just be really like tight on stage so that she can engage with all the fans.
Awesome. Is it right to say that Blood Harmony is like your diary from on your life in the 18 months that you were on the road?
I think I tend to write like fictional songs a lot too. So I Don't Miss You at All, Partners in Crime, Shelter. Like, I don't know that those songs are so much about me, like in terms of like a diary. I would say that like instead of a diary, like it's more like a scrapbook that I made. Like when I listen to those songs, like I remember that period of time in my life. It's like stuff that I thought was interesting as opposed to like, this is how I was feeling every day. It's more like you'd open it up and you'd be like, that's a pretty color.
Now that you've had time to kind of like look back at it, this scrapbook, so to speak, how do you feel now when you look back at those songs?
I'm really happy with them and really proud of them. I actually listened to the whole EP today. I think it inspires me and it makes me want to make an album that lives up to it and just give anyone who enjoyed that EP like more music to enjoy. I feel like when I was younger, I would make music that I wouldn't feel proud of. Like a year later, I would hear everything that I did wrong. And I think with that EP, like I really am proud of it. Like I like it. I really enjoy listening to it, and I I just want to make more music that makes me feel as proud as I do of that.
And of course, you are the master of production, putting in everyday sounds in songs.
Yeah.
So having recorded this EP on the road, were there any sound that you recorded in the bus or that you sort of like, slipped into songs?
That's a great question. The two examples I can give on I Don't Miss You at All, there's like a second and a half of audio that was like me. My whole family was like sitting in a park in Prague, and I had these I had like earphones that have microphones on them, so like you record exactly what you're hearing. And I just recorded like this second and a half of audio of like my family talking, and I just put it in the song because I just thought it sounded really interesting. And the other thing would be that there's a song on the EP called Partners in Crime, and I couldn't get the guitar to sound good. I just didn't like the way the guitar was sounding. And one day we were playing Leeds Festival in England, and I was in my like tent green room, and you could hear like the whole festival outside. You could hear people walking and screaming, and you could hear like the band like talking to the crowd on stage, like, how's ever make some noise? And I just thought it sounded awesome and very lively, and so I put my iPhone on like the desk and just recorded the guitar with all that in the background. So that's like what you hear on Partners in Crime.
If someone were to listen to your EP, only one, which one would you recommend?
My favorite song on the EP is Die Alone. I really like Die Alone. I like I Lost a Friend too, but I think today I was like listening to the whole thing, and I thought, I think Die Alone is the one that I really got right. I think that's just a song about like how it feels to grow up and like move out and like deal with life on your own, and also kind of like fall in love with somebody. And I think sometimes like people think like falling in love with someone is just like experiencing like a greatest hits playlist together. And I think when you fall in love with someone, you have to like go through like every bad thing together too. That's like part of loving someone, is like if they have a terrible thing happen to them, you have to just like be there for them. So yeah, I think Die Alone. Die Alone's my answer.
And one song that you want Malaysia to listen to right now, it could be anything that you're obsessed with, that you have been replaying, and that you think, oh my God, this is genius. It can be old, it can be new, it can be anything.
I'll give you two options. A song that's like very beautiful that I really like is called Savior Complex by Phoebe Bridgers. I really like that song. That's my like, if you want like a beautiful, just great song. And then if you want to like turn up, there's a song called Then Leave by Beat King that is very, very ratchet and really, really fun to listen to. But it's like there's full of swear words, and it's super fun. I love that song.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.